Good morning, my dear friends. I'm Sidra from S4BA English, ML College of Advanced Studies, Nilambur. So, my dear friends, today we are going to discuss about Alamkara. What do you mean by Alamkara? It actually means ornament, but in literature, it refers to figures or embellishments used by the poet to achieve the desired effect. So, Alamkara actually means ornament. In literature, it refers to figures or embellishments used by the poet to achieve the desired effect. That means embellishment means decorations. In literature, it used to decorate the words, or it used to embellish the words, or the poet. The poet used this as a figure of speech to achieve the desired effect to their works. There are two types of alankaras widely recognized in Indian poetics. What are they? Sabda alankaras and Artha alankaras. So we can have a detailed look on both. First we can have a look at Sabda alankaras. Sabda alankaras are the embellishments attached to words, which means the meaning of sound. From the word itself, we can find that Shabda Alankaras. Alankaras, we already learned that it is an embellishment used by the poet to achieve the desired effect, which means Alankara. Alankara means ornament or embellishments that used by the poets in their poetics. So, what do you mean Shabda? We can get it from the word itself. Shabda means sound. So, Shabda Alankara means the meaning of sound. So, Anuprasa and rhyme scheme are Shabda Alankaras. Rhyme scheme, we all are familiar with that word. It's a figure of speech used by the poets. Rhyme scheme and Anuprasa are the Shabda Alankaras. The next one is Artha Alankaras, which means the meaning of words and thoughts. Rubaga, which means metaphor, Ubama, which means simile, and Adishakti, which means hyperbole, are some of the Artha Alankaras. So here we studied about two types of Alankaras that widely used in Indian poetics. They are Shabda Alankaras and Artha Alankaras. So simply we can say that Shabda Alankaras ornament the words and Artha Alankaras ornament the meaning. Then, Indian scholars viewed Alankara as a means of deviation of expressions to avoid plain statement in poetry. Indian scholars, they viewed Alankara as a means of deviation of expressions to avoid plain statement. Plain statement means subhavokti in poetry. Thus, Alankara stands for the beauteous in the poetical form. The first reference to Alamkara can be seen in the 16th chapter of Natya Shastra of Bharata. We already learned about Natya Shastra, the Bharata Munis. In that, the first reference to Alamkara. We can see the first reference to Alamkara in the 16th chapter of Natya Shastra. In the 6th century, Brahma made substantial contribution to the development of Alankara Shastra. Brahma is the first Alankara poetician. In 6th century, he made substantial contribution to the development of Alankara Shastra. And also, Brahma and Dandin held Alankara both as a figurative use of language as well as a poetic principle. Brahma and Dandin held Alankara they held Alankara as a figurative use of language as well as a poetic principle. Brahma opined that Alankara helps to transform plain expressions oblique and extraordinary in poetry. Brahma, he opined that Alankara it helps to transform the plain expressions oblique and extraordinary in poetry. Brahma and Dandin recognized that poetry is essentially nothing other than language. Anandavardhana declared that even though Alankara is external to the Kavya Sarira, it can also be the soul when suggested. Boja classified Alankaras into three: Sabda or Bahya, Artha or Abra, and Shabdartha or Bahyabhyatra, which means Boja he classified Alankaras into three. Shabda means words, and Artha means meaning, and Sabdartha or Bahyabhyartha. Shabdartha means the word meaning. Anandavardhana has prescribed certain rules and restrictions regarding the use of Alankaras. They have prescribed certain rules and restrictions to use the Alankaras in poetics. Alankaras should not be the main element of the poem and not be allowed to make the theme look insignificant. Alankara is commonly understood as a method for evoking the desired rasa. Here it says that Alankara should not be the main element of the poem. Alankara should never be the main element of the poem, and also it should not be allowed to make the theme looks insignificant. That means Alankara should not be allowed to make the theme look insignificant. And finally, Alankara is commonly understood as a method for evoking the desired rasa, which means Alankara should not be the main element of the poem and should not be allowed to make the theme look insignificant. But Alankara is commonly understood. It is commonly understood that is a method for evoking the desired rasa. So today we discussed about Alankara. I hope you all understand about Alankara, and I hope it may help you good in your studies. So thank you.